Prologue. The exit that wasn't recorded. April 1st, 2006. Columbus, Ohio, 9 p.m. Ugly Tuna Saloona. The favorite bar of university students, right next to Ohio State University campus. Security cameras recording everything. The entrance, the exit, everything. That night, a man walked in, 27 years old. Medical student, Brian Shaffer. Cameras recorded him, 10:55 p.m. coming up the escalator, entering the bar, laughing with his friends. Everything was normal, but as the night went on, something happened. DM, the bar closed. People left. Security cameras recorded everyone, but Brian Shaffer didn't leave. Police reviewed the tape. 85 people left that night, each one recorded, but Brian wasn't there. Maybe there's another exit, they said. There wasn't. One entrance, one exit. Cameras right there. Maybe we missed him, they said. They watched the tape 100 times. Nothing. No Brian. Brian Shaffer entered a bar, but he never left. Years have passed. Brian Shaffer is still missing. This wasn't a disappearance from a bar. This was a vanishing. Chapter 1. Brian's Life. Medicine and Music. Brian Randall Shaffer. Born February 25, 1979, Pickerington, Ohio. He was a bright young man, smart, goal-oriented, had a future. Randy Shaffer, Brian's father. Interview 2007. Brian was always a special kid. When he was 5, he was reading books. When he was 10, he was doing science projects. He told me he wanted to be a doctor when he was 12. "Dad, I'm going to heal people," he said. I believed him, because Brian always did what he said he would. Brian finished high school with perfect grades, got into Ohio State University, medical school, making his dream come true. But Brian wasn't just a student who studied. He was social, cheerful, loved music. Derek Shaffer, Brian's brother. Interview 2006. Brian loved music. Pearl Jam, Red Hot Chili Peppers. He had a guitar. He'd play in his room for hours. He'd go to concerts, party with friends. He was a really fun guy. Everyone loved him. April 2004. Brian met a girl, Alexis Wagoner, in medical school, same class. They fell in love. Alexis Wagoner, Brian's girlfriend. Interview 2007. Brian was a perfect boyfriend, romantic, funny. He'd bring me coffee every morning. "Good morning, beautiful," he'd say. We'd study together, go to concerts together. He was the love of my life, and I was his. Or so I thought. March 2005. Brian got hit with a blow. His mother died. Renee Shaffer, cancer, 51 years old. Brian was devastated. Randy Shaffer. Renee's death destroyed all of us, but especially Brian, because Renee was Brian's closest. He'd tell her everything. When Renee died, Brian changed. The light in his eyes went out. He didn't smile like before. He seemed depressed, but he wouldn't talk about it. "I'm fine, Dad," he'd say. But he wasn't fine. But Brian continued, studying, medical school, rotations. March 2006, a year passed. Since his mother's death, Brian told Alexis something, Alexis Wagoner. In March, Brian told me he wanted to propose to me. "Alexis, are you ready?" he said. "I'm ready, Brian," I said. I was excited, but Brian set a condition. "After spring break," he said. "First, I'm going to take a week off. Alexis, I need this. I'm very tired. After the break, everything will change. I promise." I understood. It was his final year, very stressful. "Okay, love," I said. "We'll talk after the break." But after the break, Brian was gone. Chapter 2. That night, April 1st, 2006. April 1st, 2006. Saturday, the start of spring break. Brian and his friends decided to celebrate. Bar hopping, downtown Columbus, William Clint Florence, Brian's friend. Interview 2006. I hadn't seen Brian this happy in weeks. "Clint, tonight is going to be unforgettable," he said. "We're going to have fun, dance, get drunk." He was laughing. He was like the old Brian. I thought he was getting better. First bar, Arena District. 8 p.m., a few beers. Some conversation. Second bar, Ugly Tuna Saloona. 9 p.m., Ugly Tuna Saloona. On the second floor of South Campus Gateway Shopping Center. Only entrance, escalator. Monitored by cameras. Security camera recorded Brian at 9:55 p.m. coming up the escalator. White t-shirt, jeans, smiling, looking healthy, happy. He entered the bar. It was crowded. Saturday night, full of Ohio State students. Music very loud. Alcohol flowing. Clint Florence. Brian started dancing right away. Met a few girls, chatted, had drinks, vodka Red Bull, his favorite. He was having a great time. At one point, he yelled to me, "Clint, this is awesome!" That was the last time I saw him happy. 9 a.m., Brian was seen talking with a girl, blonde, name unknown. They're talking very close, flirting. Meredith Reed, Brian's friend, was there that night, interview 2006. I saw Brian talking with the girl. He looked happy. The girl was happy too. But who was the girl? Nobody knows. Police never found her. That woman is very important because she was the last person to talk to Brian. 55 a.m., approaching closing time. Clint and Meredith find Brian, Clint, Florence. We told Brian, "Let's go." "Okay, 1 minute," he said. "I need to call Alexis." He took out his phone. Called. No answer. Left a voicemail. "Hey baby, I'm leaving the bar with Clint and Meredith. I love you. I'll call you tomorrow." Hung up. "Let's go," he said. 55 a.m. Security camera recorded Brian for the last time at the bar entrance, talking with two women. One is probably Meredith, the other unknown. White t-shirt, jeans, cell phone in hand, and then Brian exits the camera view. Goes back into the bar, Clint, Florence. Brian said, "1 minute, I left my phone at the bar. I'll be right back." He went inside. Meredith and I waited outside. We waited 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Brian didn't come out. "Where is this guy?" And we said. We went back inside. Started looking, nothing, no Brian. We looked everywhere, bathrooms, dance floor, bar, nothing. "Maybe he left through another exit," we said. "Maybe he bypassed us." We went outside, called him. No answer, went home. "He'll show up tomorrow," we thought. But we were wrong. Chapter 3, Morning Missing Person Report, April 2, 2006, Sunday morning, Alexis called Brian. No answer. Afternoon, still no answer. Evening, Alexis is panicking. Alexis Wagoner. I called Brian 20 times. He's not answering. This isn't like him. Brian always answers. I called Clint. "Have you seen Brian?" "No, he disappeared last night," he said. My heart stopped. "What do you mean disappeared?" "He never came out of the bar." We couldn't find him. I panicked. Called Brian's father, Randy Shaffer. Alexis called. She was crying. "Mr. Shaffer, Brian is missing," she said. "What do you mean missing?" "He never left the bar last night. No one's seen him. His phone isn't answering." I immediately jumped in the car. Drove to Columbus, 2-hour drive. Went to the police. "My son is missing," I said. Columbus Police Department launched an official missing person investigation. Detective Andre Edwards, Columbus Police. Interview 2007. The Brian Shaffer case seemed strange from the start. A 27-year-old man, medical student, not irresponsible. No history of disappearing. No drugs, no criminal record. And the last place he was seen, a bar. But the bar has security cameras. Everything is monitored. "Get the tapes," I said. "We'll find him right away." Police obtained ugly Tuna Saloona's security footage and started watching. PM. Brian entering. 10:00 p.m., 1:00 a.m. Brian, inside bar. Cameras don't record inside, only entrance. 1:55 a.m. Brian at entrance point, talking with two women. 1:56 a.m. Brian going back inside. Yuku a.m. 2:30 a.m. bar closing. 85 people leaving. Each one recorded. Brian not in any of them. Detective Edwards. We watched the tape 100 times. Analyzed every person leaving. No Brian. Impossible. Is there another exit? We said. We asked the bar manager. Ugly Tuna Saloona manager. Interview name withheld. There's only one entrance. The escalator. No other exit. There's a back exit, but it's closed due to construction. Only staff use it. And it opens to the construction area of the shopping center. Locked. Alarmed. Police checked the back exit. It was locked. Alarm hadn't gone off. Had never been opened. Detective Edwards. Then Brian is still inside. We searched the bar. Chapter 4. Search everywhere in vain. April 3, 2006. Police closed ugly Tuna Saloona. Detailed search. Everywhere was searched. Bathrooms, empty kitchen, nothing. Storage, nothing. Offices, nothing. Ceiling space, searched, nothing. Ventilation, checked. Human can't pass basement. Shopping center basement, searched. Nothing. No Brian Shaffer. Detective Edwards. We couldn't make sense of it. Did the man vaporize? There's no other explanation. But it's impossible. People don't vaporize. Canine dogs were brought. They got Brian's scent. There were clothes in the car. Dogs were taken to the escalator. They tracked the scent to the bar, then stopped. Canine, handler officer Lisa Martin. The dogs tracked the scent to the bar. Then it disappeared. No trail inside. Like Brian stopped there and vanished. Campus was searched. Ohio State University. Brian's apartment. Everywhere. Nothing. Olentangy River was searched. Divers, sonar, nothing. Randy Shaffer. We gathered volunteers. Hundreds of people. Printed posters. Missing Brian Shaffer. Put them up all over Columbus. Went on TV. Everyone was looking for Brian, but nothing. Like he was erased from the world. Weeks passed. Reports came in. Report number 1. I saw Brian at a gas station. Investigated. Wasn't him. Report number 2. Someone who looks like Brian on the subway. Checked. Wasn't him. Report number 3. Brian in hospital has amnesia. Went there. Wasn't him. Hundreds of reports. None were Brian. Chapter 5. Theories. What happened? 19 years have passed. Brian Shaffer still hasn't been found. But there are theories. Theory 1. Accident. Fell into construction. Area Detective Edwards. 1 theory. Brian was drunk. Went to the back exit, entered the construction area, fell, got trapped under debris. The shopping center construction was ongoing. Maybe Brian is under the concrete. But I don't like this theory. Because the back exit was locked. The alarm didn't go off. Theory 2. Escape. New life Alexis Wagoner. Some people say Brian ran away. Started a new life, but that's ridiculous. Why would Brian run away? He was a medical student, successful, he loved me. Why would he leave everything? But some think differently. Anonymous source. Brian's close circle. Brian changed after his mother's death. He was depressed. Maybe he couldn't handle the pressure. Becoming a doctor. Getting married, responsibilities. Maybe he wanted to escape. Maybe that night he decided, I'm going to disappear. And he did, but there's no evidence. Brian's bank accounts were checked. No money withdrawn. Credit cards not used. Passport at home. Not used. Theory 3. Murder. Didn't return to bar Detective Edwards. A dark theory. Brian was killed. That night he got in a fight with someone. Outside the bar. Was killed. Body hidden. But who killed him? Why? No evidence. Theory 4. Suicide. Randy Shaffer. Some say Brian committed suicide. But I don't believe it. Brian was depressed, but he wasn't suicidal. He never told me, Dad, I want to die. He was going to propose to Alexis. Why would he commit suicide? Theory 5. Serial killer? Columbus, Ohio, 2006. Serial killer theory isn't strange. Criminologist Dr. Maurice Godwin, interview. In 2006, there were several suspicious disappearances in Columbus. Young men disappearing from bars. Brian wasn't alone. There's the smiley face killers theory. A group of serial killers, kidnapping young men from bars, killing them, throwing them in rivers. Could Brian be one of these victims? But the FBI rejected this theory. Smiley face killers is an unproven conspiracy theory. Chapter 6. Alexis and Clint. 2 secrets. When Brian disappeared, 2 people were questioned, Alexis and Clint. Alexis Wagoner. Police questioned Alexis several times. How was your relationship with Brian? Were you going to get married? Did you fight? Alexis Wagoner. Interview after polygraph test. The police looked at me suspiciously, like maybe you killed him. They suggested a polygraph test. I agreed, because I'm innocent. Test result, passed innocent, but police still seemed suspicious. Alexis married someone else. She never forgot Brian, but moved on with her life. Clint Florence, Brian's closest friend, was with him that night, the last person to see him. Police questioned Clint repeatedly. Detective Edwards. Clint was very helpful. Told us everything, but something was strange. When we suggested a polygraph test, he refused. Clint Florence. Interview statement through attorney. I'm refusing the polygraph test because my attorney doesn't recommend it. This is my right. I'm Brian's best friend. I would never hurt him. But I won't talk to police anymore. Clint never gave interviews after that day. Never spoke. Stayed silent. Is this suspicious or just scared? Epilogue: entered the bar but never left. 19 years have passed. Brian Shaffer is still missing. Ugly Tuna Saloona is still open, even in 2024. Same escalator. But security cameras are better now. Randy Shaffer, interview 2024, 79 years old. Every day I think about my son. Where is he? Is he alive? Dead? No answer. Just silence. I begged the FBI, begged the police, please find my son. But they can't find him. It's been 19 years. Brian would be 46 now. Maybe he'd be a doctor. Maybe married. Maybe I'd have grandchildren. But none of that happened, because Brian walked into a bar one night and never came out. Alexis Wagoner, 2024. I'm married. Have children, but I never forgot Brian. Sometimes I see him in my dreams. He tells me, Alexis, I'm here. Why can't you find me? And I wake up, cry, because there's no answer. Brian Shaffer walked into a bar on April 1, 2006. Security. Cameras recorded him, but never recorded him. Leaving Brian Shaffer never left the bar, or he did, but no one saw. Years and no answer. This is the most mysterious disappearance case of modern times. Impossible, but real. The end sources: Columbus Police Department, case file 06103456 FBI, Missing Persons Database, The Vanishing at the Ugly Tuna Podcast, 2019, Ohio State Lantern, newspaper archives, security footage, timestamp analysis, family interviews, Randy Shaffer, Derek Shaffer, Brian Shaffer. Missing April 1st, 2006. Age 27, would be 46 now. Last seen, Ugly Tuna Saloona, Columbus. O status, still missing.